haven't had this guitar out in quite some time because it's had such a horrible buzz in it. Say before I start is that if you have a resonator guitar, especially a tricone, and it's buzzing, doesn't mean there's something broken in it. It could simply be because you're retuning it and things shift around. Everything in these sits on this T-bridge here, and then it sits on, there's a cone here and then two cones here, and things can become can go out of place just a little bit, and then you'll get this buzz. So you have to detune it, retune it back up to whatever tuning you were in, detune it, maybe shift things around a little bit, tune it back up until you get rid of the buzz. The single cone ones I haven't had that much trouble with, but this thing and my other tricone, yes, I've had lots of buzzing come on. So that's just a tip. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it, even if you have a single cone and there's a rattling or a buzzing in it. Just do that, detune it, shift things around, retune it. If it's still buzzing, detune it, shift things around, because everything is just floating in there. There's nothing more annoying than a buzz. So today what I'm doing is nothing really. I never had anything planned. What I'll do, sometimes I'll sit down and I'll, try to learn a song, not note for note, but, a pretty good rendition of it. But a lot of times I'll just sit around and improvise, because to me the blues is like one big song. I remember one time Keith Richards, I read, he said that Adam and Eve wrote the first song and everything after that was just a variation of that one song. That's how I think of the blues. I'm in open G, by the way. And I'm not really playing anything in particular. I'm just playing a bunch of licks. And that's mostly what I find, that just sitting around in this open tuning, whether it be G, D, D minor, G minor, whatever, dad, gad, whatever kind of tuning, and just exploring it. A lot of it's just, well, I shouldn't say a lot, most of it, all of it is pretty much just call and response. to me, what you're doing is what I do, is you're just trying to get a feeling out. Like, I'm not concerned about playing, how can I say, everything in my head. I don't hear complex things in my head anyway. I like, something I like listening to sometimes is classical guitar. And the thing with classical music and classical guitar is that it's too complex for me to remember it. Okay? I don't hear complex arrangements in my head. Some people do. I've met them. They have a great recall. And they just have a sense of melody that I don't have. Right? I have like this riffy sense. That's what I hear in my head. This blocky, riffy stuff. Like, I could play stuff, and then maybe somebody who's one of those people could take it and make it way better. Right? So I just have fun. And most of what I do is just instrumental stuff anyway. I don't even sing. I can play with the singer. But I've never had any desire to sing. Maybe that's why I was attracted to a slide. So once you learn your basic positions, like I've showed before in my other videos, your G7, 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 your 12th fret, your C, your D, and you can slide around, and you know your pentatonic. And because you're in an open chord, it's very forgiving. That's the thing about when you're playing blues and you're in an open tuning, like open G, you're playing around with maybe delta stuff or whatever. It's very forgiving because you can make a lot of mistakes and be very sloppy because that's the way the music is. So whether you're playing with your fingers, or a pick, or finger picks, so whatever. Anyway, what I was doing there was just going. So I'm going. Then I'm pulling off this string, my G string with the slide. So I'm going on the low D. Then I'm hitting this low G. And then I'm keeping that bass going, and then I'm going into the G note. And I find that this little groove is good for learning to separate. Just isolate one note. for hours. The blues, well, not that I find, it's true, the blues is not as structured as, you know, any other kind of music. It's not pop music. It's one of the things that I liked about the grunge scene back in the 90s, even though that wasn't blues music. I liked the fact that everybody was just making shit up. So for me, when you learn these tunings, you're learning it, like the slide is a very expressive thing, and you're feeling something and then you're playing it, right? You feel it and then you play it. Make it up and you just stay in between and you learn your pentatonic. I think I showed that like before. At the 5th fret, when you go to the 7th, bend, go to the 5th, go to the 6th, go to the 7, 6, 5. Screw up a lot, you know, you make a lot of mistakes. It's very sloppy music, and that's what I love about it. There's no hard and fast rule. That's what I liked about the bands in the 90s too, even though I'm not I always stuck with the blues, but the thing that I liked about the grunge era and bands like Nirvana and Kurt Cobain and people like that was the fact that they were just making shit up. You know, it was a very improvisational period in music. Not like all the shit that's on the radio now. So, if you were going to play your pentatonic here, what I do here is I go. So your G pentatonic, or this is I use this major note here. And you can just take that right down. Okay? Now if you're playing a G pentatonic, you would, in standard tuning, then you would go here. But instead, this note is up here now, so you're going. So you're going. Because this note's the same, so I'm screwing all this up. Just saying. Then you're in your at your 12th fret. And on these notes here, just between the 13th and the 11th. And there's all kinds of little things in here. But this little groove here, which I stole from Sunhouse, of course. Just keep that going, and just keep this string going like this. And you can hit that. And bend on your D. And just get that groove. Your 15th, 12th, D or D chord, that's your G or C7. Or you can just stay on the G the whole time and never change chords. So you can go. Or. Charlie Patton, Robert Johnson, and Sunhouse all use that. That's a good lick. Sliding down from your G on your first string, then to your, down to your C. Whoops. And that's one of the things with playing with no finger picks too can help with, because originally I started playing with no finger picks, but is you can isolate the strings better. Once you learn to play this way, then you can put on finger picks. I'm trying to get this. It's a learning process for me. Anyway. So you slide into notes, up into it, down into it. And you don't even have to change chords. old guys used to brush on. Technically, I don't know the names of a lot of stuff, but you don't have to. Once you learn these positions, which this would be your G7, and you can move it around some. And I'm just here like this. You can do these two fingers. You can do the whole chord. C. Thanks for watching.